cool.
some more trailers here. We have a lot to show.
See next?
All right, let's go to the steampunk. If you don't know about the steampunk mod, or if you don't know anything about steampunk, I probably can't explain it to you. What is steampunk?
Steampunk.
Steam.
Well, it's kind of like that whole thing where it's like if the Victorian era, like was like the steam power of the Victorian era, like carried on into modern times, right? It's like that steampunk feel.
Okay.
Where it's like flying airships and all that stuff, but it's all Victorian based.
Gotcha. Well, there you go. That is steampunk, and honestly, he kind of described the mod. Everything he kind of described there is in this mod currently. So we'll show one of their latest trailers for the airship that they've just.
So this will be my first time seeing this. I'm actually pretty excited. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right, so
cool.
let's show that now. We'll get into the steampunk airship demo here. Okay, sweet. All right, so airship demo here. Okay, sweet. Demo here.
So that was pretty cool, man.
The production value on these trailers are just ridiculous.
Pretty good. So tell me more about the steampunk mod. So looking at that trailer, it seems like they got a lot of cool costumes, a lot of structures. What else are they doing with that? 'Cause that stuff looks really, really cool.
It's really interesting. So the steampunk mod, when I first tried it, this goes into some of the things we have in the dev kit. So when he originally released that mod, the structures that he used were just structures we had in the dev kit. We had a whole steampunk tier of structures. So when he originally released that, those are what he used, and he made them functional. And since then, he's added, oh my gosh, just steampunk everything. Basically, if you want to imagine our game, every structure that we have, I think there is a steampunk variant for it.
Okay.
The crop plots, the generators, the replicators.
That's a ton of work.
Yeah, it's a ton of work.
Wow.
It is. I know that I'm pretty sure he has someone that's helping him out. So I think he does a lot of the scripting, and he has someone helping out with like the animations because he has like a Tesla coil in there, and it's all animated, and so there's a ton of work that goes into that.
I saw the airship, which was really cool. Do they have one airship? Can you build on it? Do they have a fleet of different types of airships?
You can build on the airship, and it's funny because I was looking in the chat the other day, and he was saying that he didn't allow for some parts of it to be built on, but people found a way to build on this airship. So, so people are building.
They will find a way.
Yes, where there's a will, there's a way. So people are building. You can build on the airship. Right. I'm not sure if there's a limit because I know it's going to be taxing on the server just having that airship flying. If everybody had an airship and they're all flying them around, I think that would be Armageddon. So I think there is a limit on how many airships can be on a server, but it's really cool. Like. I could spend this whole hour probably talking about all the stuff that's in that steampunk mod because it is literally every variant that we have in the game, the crop plots, the troughs, everything. There's a steampunk variant for it.
Well, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, he did a really good job, and for anyone that is kind of interested in the steampunk era and that those type of structures, this is your mod for it.
Do they have like Victorian outfits for like the female characters?
Yes, and I think
saw
he
the
was
really
working,
cool like bronze or copper looking ones.
Yeah,
those are super awesome, like tech armor type thing.
There is a whole line of armor. I think he was working on a wingsuit at one point. We're going to have that in Aberration now, so should probably wait and just steal what we have.
There. I was like, did we announce that yet? Oh, yeah, it was in the trailer. Okay,
yeah, it was
cool.
in the trailer.
Yeah. so soon after release, it's like, I got to be careful. Just like, make sure I don't say anything.
Right. So
cut. Feed goes dead. Like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, cut them. But yeah, so the amount of work that's going into that, if you've never opened up the dev kit and taken a look at what it takes to do some of this stuff, I can tell you right now, just with some of the replicator stuff he's doing, even that airship, the amount of scripting and amount of blueprint knowledge, and even just the assets, the 3D models, the animations, all of that goes into that. I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and technically that would be a couple.
But you know what? That's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this program. You know, it's like everybody's doing such great work. We wanted to make sure that if this was something that was adding value to our community, that, you know, we had a way to give back to them so that they could continue adding to this, you know?
Yeah, and that's what they're continuing to do. They're adding value to the game. They're adding value to people's experiences. And it's just an amazing thing to see. And, you know, as we continue forward in the program, there'll definitely be more mods that, you know, spawn up. We'll see more maps. We'll see more mods. It's been really cool to see and watch and participate in. So, yeah, once again, that was Steampunk, and you can go check that out in the workshop now. There's a ton of content. I mean, you can spend days going through all that content. It's a nice addition to the Ark atmosphere. So I think it blends very well, you know, with,
I think so.
You know, as far as we have different tiers of technology. You start off primitive, you go into metal, and then you start getting into the tech tier. I feel like this fits nicely in between those, so you can have a whole era of steampunk, you know, and have some variation to the game. So once again, iSpez, follow him on Twitter. Cool. You can check out a lot of the updates he's putting out there. It's really cool to see, and a ton of work goes into that. I mean, people don't realize a lot of times, you know, with what you're seeing in these mods, in a normal studio, those are 4 or 5 different disciplines. So you might have a guy that create the 3D model. You might have a person that animate it. You might have a person that's required for putting the scripting together to make it actually work in the game. I mean, there's different.
Not even, you know, not to mention just all the thought that goes behind any of that stuff before you even start building it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. So it's a lot of different talents being showed here, and that's what's really cool about our community and the sponsor mod community.
Yeah, it's nice to see people band together too.
Yeah.
Like I know that happened a little bit with the Ragnarok guys. It sounds like it's happening a little bit with.
The Dragon Punk mod,
mods, and it's just really cool to see people come together in the community. Be like, hey, if you're doing that and I'm doing this, you know, what would happen if we got together? And really push that. So
and I feel like the sponsor mod program is doing that. If people have been following the modding and Ark closely, you know, we originally started doing contests. You know, we had 2 contests. The first contest, you know, was probably about 2 years ago. We had another one after that. And, you know, when we were having those contests, it felt like, you know, because I'm a part of that community as well, it felt like people were sharing less because it was like, I'm competing against you.
Right.
You know, I want first place, you want first place. I'm not going to share my content with you. But now that we have the sponsor mod program, I mean, everybody's just sharing their knowledge, and everybody is increasing their skill levels because of that. So big kudos to the modding community and the Discord, the modding community Discord that's run by the community. You can find a lot of information in that. But we'll continue forward with some more trailers, man.
What's next, dude?